Our first objective for today is I will be able to solve two-step equations using inverse operations. This should be very much review because I know that we really tried to get you really good at equations last year, but we still want to go through equations because they kind of are the backbone of algebra, and without equations, without knowing equations well, algebra will be hard. I also ask that you show your work exactly as I am showing my work. It is for your benefit so that equations are not so crazy when you get to something that is a bit harder. All right, in your notebook, okay, on your table of contents, that's how we spell it. For your first entry, you're going to write chapter 1. That's what we have done so far. Okay, and then you're going to write the pages of chapter 1. I don't really know what they were for you, so you write whatever the pages were. So you started on page 3 and you went to whatever you went to. Okay, so that's chapter 1. Now we're going to be a little bit more specific. Chapter 1 was not a lot, and I don't think you need to be more specific in there. But we're going to write chapter 2. And whatever page you are starting on for this lesson, okay, whatever is your next open page, you're going to put that right here. Okay, through, and then you're going to leave a blank because we don't know what it's going to be through yet. Okay, under chapter 2, we're going to write two-step equations. Okay, and again, you're going to write the page you're on through, and we still don't know what that is. You're going to come back and fill that in a little bit. Okay, so this is like how we're going to be working through this so that when I ask you to look at something, you know exactly where it is, and so your life is a little easier too when you're going back to look at like your homework or your notes or whatever. Okay, and everyone might be on different pages because who knows how long or how many pages your homework is taking up. But that's what I would like you to do. Okay, so things to think about. What is the goal when solving an equation, and how do we achieve that goal? Okay, just think about those in your head. What's the goal, and how do we achieve that? So the goal is to get the variable by itself, and we achieve that by doing the opposite operations, inverse operations. So line down the middle. First thing we get rid of is the thing furthest from the variable, so that would be the 3. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. I'm going to put a line under to keep myself organized. I'm going to bring down the 2x. 15 minus 3 is 12. And then I'm going to get rid of the 2 by dividing. X equals 6. From here, you should never get an equation wrong because you can check your work. You can plug this 6 back in for x. So 2 times 6 plus 3 should equal 12. Or 15, sorry. So 12 plus 3 equals 15. 15 equals 15. Okay, so I did it correctly. All right, this one, same thing. Doesn't matter what side you're on. Line down the middle. I'm going to start by adding 3 to both sides. 5 plus 8, 3 is 8. X over 2. To get rid of the dividing, I'm going to multiply 2 on both sides. 2 times 8 is 16 equals x. And you can go through and check that if you want to. Again, this is how I'm asking you to show your work. This is super easy. You might be able to do it all in your head. Great. Don't care. I want you to show your work now so that later it will not be as hard for you to show your work. All right, this one is a little bit different. So when there's a number on the bottom of everything, we have to get rid of this first. Okay, we can't add 7 to both sides until we get rid of this 3. So we're going to get rid of it by multiplying 3 on both sides. So x minus 7 equals negative 36. Then I'm going to add 7 to both sides. I'm putting these lines under to keep myself organized. So x equals negative 29. Okay. Again, same thing. And there's a number on the bottom. You're going to multiply by that number first and get 24 equals x minus 2. And then you're going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, not bad. All right, so this is a two-step equation because there's technically a number in front of the variable. So same concept, we're going to subtract 8 from both sides first. And we're going to bring down negative t equals negative 5. Then we're going to divide both sides by a negative 1. And that gives us t equals 5. All right, so when there's a negative in front of there, we got to divide by negative 1 at the end. Okay. Last example in this video, add 5 on both sides. Negative x over 3 equals 9. And then I'm going to multiply by negative 3. Also, if you feel like I went too fast with these equations, we should talk about algebra, okay? Like, let me know, please, and I will try and help you through it. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. All right, I'm going to start working on these problems. You have about 20 minutes to work on them. If you finish early, you can submit your homework and move on to the next video. If not, I will let you know when you should be moving on. Okay, and when I ask you to move on, you need to move on. If you have questions, please, 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 please ask on Zoom, in class. Just ask me for help, please.